everyone, my name is Kristen and today's video is all about bipolar disorder. You guys really want to know the different types of bipolar disorder as well as treatments and support. So that is what this video is about. So in today's video, I am going to go over bipolar 1 disorder and bipolar 2 disorder. But before we can go over those, we need to talk about the symptoms that I am going to be discussing with both, which are mania, hypomania, and depressive episodes. So let's talk about those first. Mania is when a person becomes extraordinarily active. They have racing thoughts or flight of thoughts. They have these grandiose plans where they think that they can accomplish anything. Their speech is very rapid because they're trying to tell you 1,000 very exciting things all at the same time. And because of all these symptoms that they are exhibiting in their head, they can be very restless and it can be really hard to concentrate for them. Hypomania. Hypomania is very similar to mania, only it's less severe. It's like the mania that you can function with. If you have mania, you cannot function in everyday life, but people who have hypomania, they still have the racing thoughts, they still have plans, but they seem to be able to function. And a depressive episode. A depressive episode means you have depression symptoms that last more than 2 weeks. These are symptoms of hopelessness and worthlessness, feeling very tired all the time, having weight changes and appetite changes. If you would like to know some of the symptoms of depression, watch this video right here that I did last week. So now that we know the basic terms that I'm going to be discussing with bipolar disorder, let's talk about the two main types of bipolar disorder. A person affected by bipolar 1 disorder has 1 episode of mania and 1 episode of depression in their lifetime. It depends on the individual how many times a depressive episode comes up or how many times a manic episode comes up. Some people, they only experience 1 or 2, but some it's a cycle of mania and depression, mania and depression, mania and depression. Now it's a misconception that people with bipolar disorder are really sad 1 minute and really active and happy the other minute. Usually these episodes last between a month and usually there's a separation between them. It's not normally one after another after another after another, and the depressive episode could be before the manic episode or after the manic episode. It doesn't start with mania or just start with depression. It could start with mania and then wait 6 months and then the depressive episode starts. There's no real guidelines on what starts when and how long in between. My professor, when he was talking about bipolar 1 disorder, he gave this analogy of, imagine you are working in an office and there's this employee that has so many amazing ideas and he starts all of these projects that he thinks that he can finish, but projects pile up and pile up and pile up and pile up. They can't function with how many projects they have started. You don't want a worker who has a manic episode because they will start 100 projects and never finish anything. I think it's a good way to remember what bipolar 1 disorder is or what a manic episode is. Bipolar 2 disorder is hypomania and a depressive episode. Now we just talked about hypomania is less severe than mania, so you can function in everyday life. Let's go back to the example with a worker. So you have an employee that is having a hypomanic episode. This employee can start multiple jobs and can function through them. Yes, they might have the racing thoughts. Yes, they might have these plans and they might be very overly active, but it's less severe than a manic episode, so they can still function in everyday life and get their projects done. When you have bipolar 2 disorder, you are also having a depressive episode. This depressive episode has to last 2 weeks and be paired with a hypomanic episode. Like I said, there could be a separation between them. So can bipolar disorder be treated? Absolutely. Although bipolar disorder is not a curable disease, it is a totally manageable disease. Treatments that have seemed to work are a mixture of medications and psychotherapy. And writing down in your journal your moods, your sleeping habits, your eating habits, and life events can really help your doctor navigate what is going on with you. Again, although bipolar disorder cannot be cured, it can be managed through support from family and friends, as well as therapy and medications. Support groups online and in real life are very beneficial for people who are suffering with this disorder. So if you would like any more information on bipolar disorder, please go to the website Depression and Bipolar Support Alliance. On there are so many useful resources that I found to help me make this video. On their website, there are personal stories, places to help you find support groups in the United States in your area, and just more general information about bipolar disorder if you are curious. And don't forget to check out NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness, and all of their amazing resources for support groups in your area. If you are diagnosed with bipolar disorder, I want you to know that you are never alone and there's so much support for you out there. If you think that you have bipolar disorder, or if you think that you need a little bit more help with your bipolar disorder, please reach out for help. I'm here to say that there is no shame in reaching out for help with your mental illness. There are so many people in the world that have the same thing that you do, and sometimes it's a good thing to talk to these people about what you're experiencing, because what you are experiencing, I bet someone else is experiencing that too. I really hope this video helps someone out there. Again, my name is Kristen and I make mental health videos every single week, so please subscribe and follow me on all my social media sites. I post mental health content everywhere, every day. It is great. Follow me. Yeah, so I love you guys. Please stay safe and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.